I had a dream that I was in this world and everybody was obsessed with knowing the time. And everybody kept getting the time wrong. They kept thinking that they knew the time and they kept getting it wrong. And then I was at this counter and there was this lady that was in the back. She wasn't working at the counter. And somebody was talking to me and they said, "Oh, she couldn't work at the counter because she kept getting the time wrong." And then she came from the back and came to the counter. And I was told now she can work at the counter because she knows how to tell the time now. And in the dream, I was told the word time, but I understood that it meant season. And she was smiling ear to ear because she knew how to tell the right season now. And everybody throughout the dream, I was shown different people obsessed with the time. And it was these parents at this one place. It was a whole bunch of parents that had parked their cars, and people was waiting because they was waiting a long, long time. And a lot of people was outside of the car just talking to other parents and waiting on their kids to come out. And they didn't know what time, and they had kept getting the time wrong as well. And then this guy came up to me who was one of the husbands of waiting on his children. His car doors was all open and sunroof was open in the car, and it was some music, some kind of like, it was music without words. It was just regular music, and he was smiling ear to ear, and he said, he was telling me how they kept getting the time wrong. And throughout the dream, somebody was standing next to me. I guess it was an angel. And he was telling me how he kept getting the time wrong. He kept thinking that this was the time and it wasn't the time. But he was smiling and he said, "Now I figured out how to play this music while I wait." It was, like some kind of just regular classical. It wasn't even classical. It was, this music was odd. I wouldn't say it was jazz or classical. I can't explain it. It was more upbeat. I used to listen to classical all the time. It didn't sound like classical. And then it didn't sound like jazz. It was somewhere in between. And so anyway, he was saying, he was smiling ear to ear, and then he was telling me how he fixed the clock in his car. And he said he kept getting the time wrong before, but now he knows. He knows how to tell the time, and he fixed his clock. And like I said, I knew it was a season. And this time it was really reiterated to me that it was a season. And as they was waiting on their kids to come out too, I saw a quick vision in a dream of the kids coming out, and everybody was so happy, and because they was finally going to be reunited with their children. But I knew it wasn't the exact time, but they knew the season, and they found a way to wait and in bliss and happiness, instead of just before I was shown another. Like when people would say something to me, I would see quick visions. Before I was shown that they would wait and they kept trying to fix the clock, and it was taking them a long time to fix the clock, and it was hot outside, and they was like sweating and everything, and with the windows and everything open, the windows, they were actually more than the windows. They had the car doors open and the sunroof open, and it was real hot and agitated trying to fix that clock. And then finally they kept tinkering with it and they got it fixed. And a lot of other parents didn't have theirs fixed at all. And so parents was coming over to him and he was telling them, like, He was so happy. He was like, yeah, I got my clock working now. And he knew what season it was that they was gonna come out. And they was so excited and happy, and they was waiting in happiness, and they was just, listening to the music, and other parents was coming over and listening, and they was just talking and enjoying each other's company. And I was really happy for him that he figured out what season, and they knew it was soon. They knew that I had a knowing of that as well. Not only did they figure out the season, I knew that they knew that it was going to be happening really soon. So anyway, that was the dream that I had, and I'm assuming that what that means is that, a lot of us thought the season would happen. We thought that things would take place in terms of the end days. We thought it would take place a lot sooner. Years ago, we thought it would take place and it didn't. And what this is saying is that, every people, different people, not everybody, but a lot of people, well, I wouldn't even say a lot, because actually it was a small minority compared to the masses of people that figured out the right season. And they knew that we was in the season. Not only did they figure it out in the dream, I knew that they was in the season, that it was going to happen soon. So I do believe that. I do believe that, as we look to prophecy and, God speaking to us through his prophetic messengers, that his true ones, not the fake ones, that we will have, a better idea, a better clue in terms of the season that we're in. So I thank God for this dream. God bless you all.